tuning in.
Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? This show is brought to you by Baptist Health's Pine App. Healthcare at your fingertips with the Pine App. Head to HiloNewsMiami.com right now to learn more about their app and all the new features created to improve your healthcare experience with Baptist Health. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, what's up, Hilo News family? Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk? Our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things, and today is no different. I'm your host, Janae Tate, founder and editor-in-chief and all things great at Hilo News Miami. And today I'm so excited to have my guest on the show. This is a long time coming. She's doing some amazing things in the event space, in a luxury space, Black girl magic space, just Black opulent space. Without further ado, I would love to welcome to the show, Lacey Nicole. Hey, girl.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are so welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're doing a lot of great things in the space of event planning, and you've really etched out and really owned this lane of luxury here in South Florida. To me, when I think about, cool, dope, elegant events, I think of Luxe Lifestyle. Tell me how you got started with that brand and how that came to be.
Well, it actually kind of started with just conversations with my girlfriends, and we would always talk about things in the realm of just living a certain quality of life and defining what a luxe lifestyle actually was. And one thing that I think we all agreed upon is that it wasn't about, brand names or cars or any of those individual things, but more so about a lifestyle, because we all have had times where we had designer bags or we were wearing name brands, but the lifestyle wasn't matching up to that. So getting to a place of understanding how to create a lifestyle and quality of life that feels luxurious, and a quality of life that you don't feel the need to constantly escape or vacation from, just living that every day.
I like it.
I was talking to one of my girlfriends in particular, Siobhan Brown Robinson, and I was telling her my idea, and she was like, you should do it. So it went from you should do it to let's do this together. And Luxe Lifestyle was born.
Yes, come on, Queens. I love it. Collaboration over competition. That's what I tell. That's what Tiffany, one of my correspondents, says. And I just love that. And you guys are like living that. So when did you guys launch the brand, and what is that, what did that look like for you guys?
So, well, one piece of a little history on that. Another reason why it was launched as Luxe Lifestyle is because I have two businesses and they both have Luxe in the name. I have a scenting company, a luxury scenting company, where we do handcrafted luxury candles. We do commercial scenting, like when you go in a store or a hotel and it has a specific scent, we design those scents and we install the systems into the AC units that, disseminates the scent throughout spaces. And then I also have a commercial and residential cleaning company. The scenting company is Luxe Home Fragrances. The commercial and residential cleaning company is Pro Luxe Cleaning. So hence Luxe Lifestyle. So it was kind of like a combination of those conversations and my existing brands that made Luxe Lifestyle make sense. So that's where that came from. And so I started Pro Luxe Cleaning first. That was my first baby. And I started that literally, I think the pandemic really hit like February, March. I started Pro Luxe Cleaning, I think, the October before, so literally months before. I had no idea how I was God was putting me in position, because
talk about timing.
Timing was impeccable. I got laid off in the beginning of the pandemic. And then because of the pandemic, my cleaning company took off. So it was like a blessing. It was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, boy, I didn't even know what God was doing for me at the time. I just thought this was, me fortifying my situation because I was comfortable. I had a great job, making great money. I didn't need necessarily to start the cleaning company, but I did need to. I didn't know how much I needed to until that damn pandemic hit.
And so you started the cleaning company first, and then where did the other brands fall in line with the timeline?
So I started the cleaning company, and fortunately for me, one of my first big break with my cleaning company, I got a contract with a major hotel. And when I would send my staff to this hotel, because one of the things that happened too with the pandemic, a lot of hotels ended up needing, because they couldn't keep workers. So they ended up needing to outsource. So my cleaning company was able to clean up as a result, pun intended, as a result of it. And when I was sending my staff, I would always send them with a spray that I made myself. I designed the scent myself. And the hotel eventually started asking me to provide them with this spray because they kept getting all this feedback and people were wanting to buy it. So I started making the spray in bulk, and I already had the experience because my previous employer is a large luxury scenting company. So I had the knowledge and experience, and it kind of came to me. It started with the need for making the luxury room sprays in bulk, and then it just grew from there.
And then where does the other businesses come into play? Because you have the cleaning businesses and you have the Luxe Lifestyle.
So from the scenting kind of led into Luxe Lifestyle because they kind of go hand in hand. And I was thinking of things and, my target audience and the way that I even like to live. It kind of was just like a natural progression. And like I said, I was, tossing around ideas with my girlfriends of things I wanted to do. People that are close to me, they knew me from like hosting and loving to do events. I love to cook and host and do things like that. So it was just kind of a natural progression. So I was tossing the idea around to a lot of my different girlfriends who do live that life. And they all thought it was a great idea and that I was the right person to bring that idea to fruition. So then I presented it to Siobhan Brown Robinson as well. And she thought it was a great idea. And then that conversation led to she and I deciding to do it together. And here we are.
What year was that? When did you guys do that?
So we started Luxe Lifestyle in 2020, I believe. I think it was 2020 that we started Luxe Lifestyle. And honestly, when I first started it, I started it just kind of on my own at first. And I didn't really expect it to do much. I thought it would be something where I would be able to connect with more so Luxe Home Fragrances, that audience, and it kind of became its own thing. And it now is definitely its own thing. I did not go into it necessarily thinking, we're going to go into it and we're going to do all these different events. It was more meant to be an outlet type of a space, online. And, maybe, we would get together and do things. But when we first started, I don't think neither myself nor Siobhan knew that it would lead to us doing, the Luxe Picnic and then the Luxe Derby and all the smaller things we've done in between.
Man, this is amazing. And I remember like in the early days of being like added to the group and like seeing what it was. And like you said, to see the vision of it, I thought it was more like a connecting place to build a digital community. And then when you guys started doing events, I was like, oh, this is dope. And now like to see the growth of it, like you started out with like a few dozen people. Now you have a few thousand people in the group and you guys are like constantly growing. I really, really, really respect that and love that. For you, when did you know that it was time to start doing some signature events? Like, what was that moment for you?
You know what? Honestly, they told me, the women in the group communicated what they wanted out of this space. Because there are a billion luxury groups. Like they come a dime a dozen. And I would get so many people saying, I'm a part of a lot of groups, but this is my favorite one. I love, and some of those people are I think a lot of people don't understand that not everybody's social media, we don't social media the same way. There are some people that will never comment, but they are
Mm-hmm.
watching everything that's going on. They're engaged in the way that they engage. There are some people that will comment, but they'll never show up to things. And
Mm-hmm.
all of those different ways of interacting, engaging are equally important. You need them all. Perfect example. There's a young lady, Faith. She never really says anything in the group. You rarely see her in the group, but she's at every single event, every single
Mm.
event. So, I really listen to the ladies in the group, and for the most part, everything that we do in that group is dictated by the members of the group. Like
I
we're
love
going to, like, I always do polls. Hey ladies, what do you want to do next? Do we want to do an international trip? Do we want to do a wine tasting? Do we want to do, a Michelin star restaurant? What's next? And they literally will respond and engage, and we act on that.
I love that. And that's one thing I will say, just being a member of the group, just seeing how involved and engaged and consistent you are with it. But the women in the group, they're just engaged and energized and like excited about the things you guys are doing. So you did a really good job of building community with your brand. So we're talking about like people, the group saying this is what we want. How did you guys come to create the Derby weekend event, this Luxe Derby weekend event? Tell me about that starting process and like what it is now.
So it started from a poll. We did a poll in the group. We threw out just a bunch of ideas, and the women were interested in doing. I want to say they had expressed interest in either the Polo Classic or the Kentucky Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Siobhan, at the time with her then boss, her employer, she was going to Gulfstream. So she already had a relationship with someone who had relationships at Gulfstream. So she was like, well, let me reach out. That I don't think that person was able to get us what we needed, but it at least put us on the track. So then we ended up reaching out to Gulfstream, building that relationship, and here we are. And I will say we have dealt with or have been building relationships with a lot of different venues and different people for future things and ideas that we have. And Gulfstream has been one of the easiest people to work with. Like they make it easy.
That's great. And you guys have, so tell me about the first event and how that went and what lessons you learned.
The first event was incredible. It exceeded my expectations. We sold out. And the feedback, like, okay, so let me go back. Let me tell you, this is not so flattering story. So I think our very first event was the Luxe Picnic. So many things went wrong with the Luxe Picnic. I really, it was a good event, but it wasn't a great event. And anything that is coming from a group called Luxe Lifestyle, it needs to be great. So that put a little pressure on me because I was like, the standard has to be up here. You can't be attaching the word Lux and you giving some mediocre. That ain't gonna work. So that put a little pressure on the event, but it also lowered my expectations. I really, and being that this was the first one, I didn't really know how the community was going to respond because it's one thing for people to say how they're going to respond online. It's another thing in person. The community responded so well. It was sold out. We literally, the one thing that I did learn, we ended up having to turn so many people away, and we left a lot of money on the table because we I would say the week of maybe 2 weeks leading up to the event, so many people were coming trying to buy tickets at the last minute. But because this event is open bar, we have chefs, there's food, everything.
You're talking about the Derby. I want to, because you mentioned the mix. I just want to make sure everybody's following.
Oh, yes, yes. So now I'm talking about the Derby. I'm saying how the picnic didn't go exactly how, I had envisioned and wanted it to. So that put pressure on me for the Derby. So now we're at the Derby, and my expectations were kind of like, I really wasn't sure how the community was going to respond. And they overwhelmingly was saying, yes, we want this event. So we sold out, but we ended up turning away so many people. And I was like, we can't have that for the next one. We got to figure out a way to allow people to be able, anybody who wants to attend this event, to be able to attend. So this year, I think that we've worked it out with Gulfstream in a way that we will have some room compared to last year, if we do have that. Of course, when you're talking about having private bartenders, and the way that it's set up is we are in the skyboxes, the VIP suites, and each suite will have its own chef attendant. Each suite has a bartender, and this year was going to be like a bartender for every 2 suites. So you can't just sell tickets at the door for an event like that, but we do have a little bit more room, so that, because there are going to be last minute people, especially post pandemic. One thing that I think everybody in the event space knows is that we already knew that people wait into the last minute to buy tickets, but post pandemic is even more so. Like now people will wait like into the final hour to buy tickets to an event. So just making sure that we're better prepared for that.
Yeah.
As I will say, was the big takeaway that I got from the event. But I also got that there's a need for this event in our community.
Yes, yes, it is. I wasn't able to attend the first one, but my reporter, she was there and she was telling me how great it was. You could check out Hilo News to see that article, and you'll see a recap on why you need to go to the next in the upcoming the second annual Luxe Derby weekend. Tell me about that. What can people expect for the upcoming Luxe Derby weekend?
So at the first one, we had artist Harold Claudio there. A lot of people know him as, like, you know, from Beyonce and Tina Knowles, Jay-Z. He does the Skittles art. He just did one of his more recent works was the unveiling of a Kodak Black piece that was critically acclaimed. It's a great piece, by the way. Wow. Even if you don't like Kodak, you
can appreciate art.
Yeah, he was there. We had a lot of his art on display, but not only did we have the art on display, he also did live painting while he was there. So we're hoping to have him back again for this upcoming one. Shout out to Harold. Shameless plug. We're hoping to have him back, but if not, we are definitely going to have an art component at the event. I think that's really important. And that also kind of rounds out the entire vibe of the event. Last year, we did not have a live DJ, even though, because the sound system is so great, we didn't feel that we needed it. But because this year we're planning to more than double the number of attendees, we are going to have a live DJ. This event is a charity event. It's going to be benefiting Autism in Black, which is a local charity organization by a young Black doctor and wife couple. One is a MD, and the other, I am so sorry if I misrepresent your title, but I want to say I think she is a psychotherapist, both Black and based in South Florida. So it was very important for us to choose a charity that was authentic to us and our cause. And my partner, Siobhan, she's a mom to an autistic son. One of our event board members, Yashika Bent, and her husband, Dr. Bent, they're parents to autistic children as well. And it was a real eye-opener for me speaking to some of the parents and people that are involved with the event on the charity side. When you hear things about, like, one of the symptoms that some autistic people have is that they flee, they are runners. So if you have a Black son and he is in a stressful situation, you got this 6 foot, 16-year-old Black son who's autistic, and he can't, not because he doesn't want to comply. His brain doesn't work in a way that allows him to comply. And what his brain tells him to do is run. It should not lead to a death sentence, because we all know that when a Black male does something, it's going to be received a lot differently than any other group of people. That's just a fact. So hearing things from that perspective about, the type of fears that they have as parents to autistic children that in particularly are Black in America, and how they have different needs and they have lesser resources than other groups. So we're hoping to raise a lot of money for them, provide a lot of resources. And what we want to do is make sure that this event is able to provide for and be a resource throughout the year for the charity and the surrounding communities. We want to do some programming with North Miami throughout the year with Autism in Black. So it's, even though the event is only once a year, we want the event's impact to be year round.
I love that. And, you know, partying with the purpose and the mission involved, like that just makes it even more of a classy event to me, in the first class event. So kudos to you guys for tying in a mission into what you guys are doing. What else can people expect from that weekend? What else will be some of the highlights from that weekend and why they should attend?
Okay, so it's a 3-day event. Friday night, we're doing a rooftop cocktail and party and fashion show. It's going to be super sexy, super lit. Definitely vibe. It's going to be in Aventura at La Serena Hotel. Saturday is going to be the actual main event, the Derby at Gulfstream Park, a live Derby event. That is like, and I yes, I'm biased, but literally it is like one of the events of the year. It is like nothing you will go to for the rest of the year in South Florida. High fashion, open bar, great food, great music, beautiful people, just a beautiful Black experience. And then we top that off on Sunday with a day party on the court with I am so sorry, just a moment.
Okay. You want to get it?
Yeah, give me a moment. So we topped that off on Sunday with a day party at Carousel Aventura, which sits on the track. So just the experience that you just can't find anywhere else. We have beautiful weather. There's nowhere else that you're going to go and have this beautiful experience where you're on the track, you get this great weather, great vibes, and it's Black.
Yes.
Can you open the door, please?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Can you open the door, please? Sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good.
So yeah, definitely somewhere you want to be. It's just, I don't know of any other event like this event. There are other Derby events. There are other charity events, but I don't know of anything like this. It is a truly unique experience.
For people, you know, I just pulled up the website and I wanted to talk about the fashions. That's what I really love about the Luxe Lifestyle group. You talk about fashions. Where, you know, I don't have a lot of Derby stuff in my closet. Like, how are you guys giving people tips in the group on where they could shop or some looks? Like, talk about the fashion and how to get prepared for this day, because if you're not coming to strut, you might as well just stay home.
Stay home, sis. You'll feel uncomfortable. And we literally had women that I can think of 2 that literally came and was like, I'll be back, and came back. No cap, like that literally happened. But you know, the surprising part is the men showed up and showed out. Like, the men's fashion really sent me. I was like, okay, these brothers did not play. And we definitely do a lot of, especially on Facebook, Instagram, you'll see a lot of posts talking about the fashion, giving suggestions. We're going to be partnering with some local boutiques. We're going to be partnering with some boutiques in South Carolina, because a lot of people do fly in from South Carolina. We notice a lot of our demographic is coming from that South Carolina area. So we're going to be partnering with.
Why is that? Like, you mentioned that. Sorry to cut you off, but I thought that was interesting that you have a lot of people from South Carolina.
Sometimes all it takes is one person and their sphere of influence. So we had my cousin, I believe, is the reason why. Honestly, I believe that. So my cousin was a vendor at the event last year, and I think people saw the pictures and it just grew from there. Her people were asking her, "What is it?" And then it just grew from there. A lot of the initial tickets that we've sold so far, they were from people. And I'm like, wait, we're getting a lot of South Carolina. So then I started looking at the insights, the website traffic, the ticket sales. We've sold 3 of the vendor rooms are sold out, all South Carolina.
Wow.
They did not come to play.
And before I interrupted you, you were talking about like the connection with the boutiques and things like that for fashion. So I wanted to kind of bring you back there to finish that thought.
Yes, so we are going to be. We're in talks now. We've pretty much finalized it, but a few, we are in talks with a few local boutiques, from clothing, shoes. I think it's Erica M Celebrity Shoes. She's going to be one of the shoe sponsors for the evening. Bombshell Boutique. We finalized something with her. She's going to be doing the women's fashion for the fashion show. She's going to be doing hats for the men and women. The hats are a big deal.
Yes,
The
they
hats are a big deal for the Derby. Okay, so definitely you'll be seeing a lot of social media content, email content. If you're on the Luxe Lifestyle email list, you definitely will be seeing a lot of fashion inspo information, and definitely in the group it's going to be always having some type of fashion conversation around what should you wear or what we are going to be wearing to the Derby. I already know what I'm wearing for the Saturday event. I'm still trying to figure it out for Friday and Sunday.
No, this sounds like so much fun, especially if you like dressing up and being fancy schmancy. Like, I'm excited. I can't wait to attend. I'm mad I missed the first one, but I definitely won't miss this next year. So when is it going to be? And tell me where the different locations where the events will take place.
So it's going to be February 3rd through the 5th of 2023. The first night, Friday, the February 3rd, is going to be at Serena Hotel, Aventura. The second day, the actual Derby, is going to be at Gulfstream Park. And the third, which is in Hollandale, which is immediately across the street, actually, from Serena Hotel in Ruin. The actual name of the rooftop is, I think, Rosa, but the hotel is called Serena. Saturday, Gulfstream Park, Hollandale, and then Sunday, which is also adjacent, it's pretty much connected to Gulfstream, is going to be at Carousel, Aventura.
Nice. This is like
which sits right on the track, so it's going to be an amazing. The vibe is going to be impeccable.
I love it. I almost feel like you need to book you an extra day so you can recover and rest and get you a massage, luxurious massage after the event.
Open bar all weekend, girl. You better take that Monday, guy. You better take that Monday off.
We're talking about open bar. What does this cost? Like, what are the ticket? Are there different ticket tiers? Like, how does that work?
Yes, there are different ticket tiers. There are VIP tickets, and basically with the VIP tickets for the Friday and the Sunday, what that pretty much means is that you are guaranteed seating, because for Friday and Sunday there isn't guaranteed seating for because there is going to be some cocktail tables and things like that. So VIP tickets is guaranteed seating, and they'll get other extras. Like for Saturday, the VIP tickets, they have an upgraded menu as well as far as the food. And then they have for the Saturday VIP ticket, they are in a specific suite. Like the suite that the people with VIP tickets are in is larger. It has more beautiful furniture. It has a bigger outdoor balcony. So and like I said, their menu also is different.
So the ticket ranges I just saw from 40 to about like 250. What are the ticket prices?
Yes. So from 40, and I want to say there's a ticket that goes up to $299. So from 40 to $299.
Okay. Got it. So you guys know where you could be, different price points for whatever comfort level or luxury level that you want to be in. But I like the fact that it's something for everybody.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Listen,
we partying. We partying with a purpose, but we partying first.
Look, and that's the best way to do it.
Yes.
Look, if I'm gonna have a hangover from partying so hard, at least it's going for a good cause.
Let it be for a good cause.
Lacey, before I let you go, is there anything else that people need to know about Luxe Derby weekend? What they need to do to prepare? Anything? Any last thoughts before I let you go?
Make sure you go to the website. A lot of your questions may be answered there. Luxe Derby, luxederbyevent.com. A lot of the information is there. And if there's any other questions that you do have, on the website, there's a contact form and there are phone numbers and email addresses there. We're really good about responding. Almost always, it's within 24 hours, you'll get a response back to any question that you have. Ladies, we do have a private Facebook group, a Luxe Lifestyle group on Facebook. Definitely get in the group. We always do giveaways. We have a lot of in-group only exclusives. You guys get tickets at a lesser cost than everybody else. You get tickets first. We have some giveaways. We just did a lot of giveaways on October 6th, but we have some more. Yeah, we have more giveaways. We got some bigger ones coming up. So definitely, if you're not a part of the Luxe Lifestyle group, join that group on Facebook. We have a Facebook page as well, Luxe Lifestyle. The page is open to anyone, male or female. The group is female only. And I would say get on our email list, luxelifestylelist@gmail.com. Just email us and that'll add you to the list, men and women, because we do a lot of email exclusives. Tickets go on sale via email first outside of the group. And we do email list only discount codes as well.
Nice. Look, it's so many perks about being in this group. I actually love it. I'm a member. So I am a little bit biased, but no, seriously, like honestly, all the Black professional women that I know, like we're all in this group. Like we didn't know, like we were just like, oh, Luxe Lifestyle, are you in there? Okay. So no, what you guys are doing is amazing. And guys, we got to make sure you got to get your tickets early because as you saw, they sold out last time. So you don't want to wait to the last minute. And two, those different ticket tiers may sell out quicker than others too. So if you want to have that extreme, experience, make sure you jump on it right away. We don't want to play with this. And make sure you come dressed to impress because we're not going to play. You know what we should do? I'm going to say it right here. We should do a fashion, looks from the Luxe Derby.
Let's do it.
After the fact on High-Low News. So we're going to be looking to see who's the best dress. We're going to do a fashion profile powered by Luxe Derby weekend. Let's do that. I'm going to say it right now.
I love it. Oh, and I wanted to say too, you had mentioned Tiffany. Tiffany is actually going to be working. We're hiring her to do some freelance stuff with the event as well. So she is in the fold as well. We got a few ladies that we brought and gentlemen. This year, Ardonis Lumpkin and Clarence Brockett are going to be co-hosting the event. And if you know either one of those gentlemen, you already know they bring in the vibes. Especially,
I wanted to say before, I definitely let you go, but because the Luxe Lifestyle group for me is like a group for women to come together. But these events are not just for women, correct? Like, I definitely want you to put the record straight. Like,
absolutely. We do have some events that are for the group only, or even if they're not for the group, they may be women only. But a lot of our events are co-ed. Like the Derby is definitely a co-ed event. We so far have more men ticket purchasers than women for sure. So definitely not gender exclusive.
Yes. Okay. I just wanted to put that out there just in case somebody was like, well, I thought it was a woman group. Nope. Everybody's invited.
It's gonna be some single men and single women there. So
if you're single, you better come through. People always talk about in Miami.
This is the kind of place you want to meet somebody. If you're gonna meet somebody, this is the type of event you want to meet somebody.
Exactly. Somebody that's gonna dress up because you already know those things. We're not gonna judge people, but how you dress says a lot to me. I said it, not Lacey, so don't try to come for her. Lacey, this has been amazing. You are a friend of the show. You're a friend of High-Low. We try to cover and do what we can for everything that you guys are doing. So please don't hesitate to come back. Definitely want to talk to you as you guys have more events. Guys, make sure you're going to www.luxderbyweekend.com to get your tickets, to connect with Lacey
Luxe
and
Derby events.
LuxeDerbyEvents.com. Sorry. We're going to say that again. www.luxderbyevent.com. And if you're looking at the screen, it's on the screen. So don't try to go, like, it's right there. And also too, this will be embedded in our on our website as well. So we'll have links on there too as well for you guys to get to the tickets. So don't worry about that. And also to connect with Luxe Lifestyle on Facebook. A lot of amazing things going on over there too. So let's make sure we're doing that.
And maybe what we should do, as I said, we were going to be doing a giveaway in the group. Maybe we should collaborate on that and make it a high-low news giveaway.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
Yeah.
talk offline. Say less.
Yes.
We could do that. We could do a hello news people. You better come. That's what Lacey is giving us. You better support. So don't have me looking crazy now.
Ain't nothing like a Florida girl, honey.
Lacey, this has been amazing. I'm like, you got me hyped. Like, I'm literally like thinking in my head, like, oh, who I need to invite. This is gonna be lit, guys. You're gonna be watching this. You have time to get your tickets, but don't wait too late. And we will see you there, dressed to the nines and having a good time, all in the name of a good cause, Autism in Black, guys. So let's do this party with a purpose.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure, guys. It's been another episode of Can We Talk? Make sure you're following us on all platforms, on social media. We're everywhere. Also, go to our website, hallonewsmiami.com. You can sign up for our email newsletter so you get our weekly news updates and content that we're covering that's going on in Black South Florida. That's for Black South Florida. And yeah, so we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.
Good night.